Perfect.
Well guys, the fancy cinematic cameras are out, and I think you know what that means. As you know, we have been getting our OG tow rig back up and operational. This thing has been down for the last 3 years. I got this truck back in 2019. I've had her for 5 years, and this truck has been a huge part of our channel. But since then, I have upgraded, and now that we've completely gone through this truck top to bottom, now is the perfect time for it to go to one of you guys. First off, this is a mega cab, okay? She has a ton of room in the interior. When I first was looking for a truck, I knew that we needed something with a big interior, and I really shifted my focus towards a mega cab because I knew me and the boys would be on road trips. We might need to crash in the back. We just wanted as much leg room and comfortability as possible because at the time when I lived in Colorado, we were also driving over 30 hours to get to Florida. Those road trips really wore us out. So I wanted to make sure she had a comfortable ride. The interior on this thing is beautiful. It has a full black leather interior. This is the Laramie package as well. So this truck has all the bells and whistles. There's nothing this truck didn't have from the year it was made. I mean, back in 2012, when she was built, this was a top of the line bad unit right here, and it still is. We've kept it in really good condition overall. She still has her blemishes here and there, but we're gonna get this thing dialed for whoever takes it home.
Yeah, his cracks are still.
Got the Crocs in the center console. So yeah, as you can see, the interior in really good shape here. These are heated and AC seats. You have a heated steering wheel. It still has the factory radio that does have Bluetooth and auxiliary ports, but you can always upgrade that guy if you want. Everything in here is really well taken care of overall, given that it's over 10 years old. All the buttons work, nothing's broke, and overall it's just in solid condition. The bed is fully lined, so if you got tools, dirt bikes, whatever it is, this would make a great work truck. Very versatile, nice and tough. I mean, I've put it through years of abuse and the bed liner still looks really good. There are some blemishes on this truck though that we do have to talk about because, you know, she's over 10 years old and I'm also an idiot sometimes. So this guy right here was when I forgot to lock the trailer and I went to pull the Routacy into the back of the OG McFarland Racing trailer and it popped off and went into the bed. That was my bad, and that one I forgot about, honestly. That might have been Wyatt's fault, I don't remember. But I know this one was also my bad. So this is actually from the day I moved into the Florida house. I had the 2-car trailer and I was seeing if I could do a U-turn in our little back lot in front of the shop. It turns out you can't without crunching the trailer a little bit. So I was running on 0 sleep, got there at like 3 in the morning. I just wanted to flip this thing around and go to bed. And it crunched the corner here a little bit, but we're gonna get all this stuff fixed up. That's really the worst of it. Just these dents here on the back. The rest of the body is really straight. We're gonna get her fully detailed by the time the winter comes to pick it up. But that's still gonna be a ways out. But I promise you guys, when you actually come to get it, she's gonna be looking real nice. In case there's any local body shops watching, hit me up, send us an email, because I gotta get all these fixed. For the wheels and tires, we got some Nitto 35, 12.5, 20s sitting on some fuel wheels. These are Nitto grapplers. These have a ton of tread life and they look really mean. I think these really help the overall look of the truck. I actually just got these on right before the engine let go, so I didn't even get to roll around with it on these, and they're literally brand new still. So those are coming with the truck as well. All right, let's get to the good stuff. As you guys know, we recently pulled the engine out of this thing. It spun a rod bearing and we completely rebuilt the 6.7 turbo diesel Cummins in this rig. It is a fresh, brand new engine, and you guys know these 6.7s go for a really long time. This truck currently has 260,000+ miles on it. I drove this thing everywhere. It has always been pretty good to me overall, but she ended up letting go on us. So freshly rebuilt. The transmission was rebuilt recently as well. It has a brand new turbo manifold, an upgraded turbo as well from Fleece, so she's gonna make a little bit more power. We upgraded the lift pump, brand new air filter. You guys saw we got the injectors sent in as well, fuel systems dialed, engines dialed, drivetrains dialed, and this thing's ready for a long life ahead of it. She's ready to go, boys, and I'm really sad to see it go. Like I said, this truck, huge part of my life, and it was such a good truck to us, and it's still a badass truck. But it's time for her to go, and I'm gonna show you guys how to get entered. So the giveaway is now officially live. Like I said, all you gotta do is go to theboostedboys.com. Every $5 you spend gets you an entry to win the truck. We have some stuff right here. We're gonna do a quick merch plug for you guys because we do have some new products on the website, and we have even more than what we're showing here, but I'm gonna run through them real quick. So we still have our work shirts. This is my work shirt. Nice, cheap, simple. You can throw it on, get it dirty. We offer a bundle of those as well. We still have the Good Vibes Boosted Rides t-shirt as well. These suckers keep selling out, so we keep printing them. And this one right here, this is a new one, guys. We got the Rod Killer t-shirt. This one definitely describes us really good here. This design came out really cool. Got Boosted Boys on top. It's a skull with the broken rods underneath it. Just got the Boosted Boys on the front there. Nice and clean. We also went ahead and restocked our OG hat shirts as well. We only did one run of these in the beginning. They all sold out pretty quickly, and this is the second time that we are doing an OG hatch t-shirt because I got the hatch back up and going recently. Plus with the new Civic that we got over there, I'm just having big hatch vibes. So we got OG hat shirts restocked as well. We got our all white Boosted Boys shirt, big old turbo on the back with Boosted Boys in pink, and then that's just the front. Nice simple white tee because some people like the lighter color shirts, and a lot of our shirts are black, so we're trying to branch into some other things. And then right here, this is a new one as well. Boosted Boys Racing, the one that I'm wearing right now. Nice, simple, clean. That's the front, nothing on the back. We are officially starting a racing division. Not actually, but Boosted Boys Racing. And then of course, built for a good time, not a long time. This is one of our longest running t-shirts. They continue to sell, so we gotta keep printing them. You guys seem to really love this design right here. Built for a good time, not a long time, like most of our stuff around here. Got Boosted Boys on the front. All right, guys, this is a new one. This is a soft launch. We're gonna see how this does. We have some girl merchandise. My girlfriend has been helping with this one. We are launching Boosted Babes with the turbo on the back there in all pink. This is a crop top, so if you guys wanna grab something for your girl, we have Boosted Babes merch available as well. If they're a Boosted Babe, you know, we got something for them. Should I throw the crop top on? Just my belly button right here. And then we also got youth merch as well, toddler sizes right here in the bright neon colors. Got Boosted Boys on all of those for all the toddler sizes. So that pretty much sums up all of the t-shirts. We also have our hats, the Boosted Boys trucker style hats. We have a lot of different color options of hats that are on the website, so you guys can go check out more of those. We got our sun hats, so we have the regular style logo right here, and then we got these new ones with a leather patch where it's kind of burnt into the leather there. And then these are the bottoms of the sun hats. They're both the same, but keep that heat off your head, especially out here in Florida, or if you're at an event, a sun hat is a must have. And then to go along with those, we have some new sunglasses right here. So we got some new Boosted Boy shades with the orange lenses. Just nice, simple on the back. Get you looking good with your sun hat. And then we have these style as well. These are the blue lens Boosted Boy sunglasses right here. Get yourselves looking good. These are just the Florida essentials right here. You gotta have the sunglasses and a sun hat. And then of course we got all the other little accessories. We got, you know, little turbo keychains. We've added rotary keychains for the rotary guys, little pistons, K-series head gasket keychain. And we got some air fresheners, Boosted Boys, and a turbo. Some key tags, built for a good time, not a long time, or just like a typical Boosted Boys key tag. And we got a couple new koozies. So we have our old style koozies as well. Built for a good time, not a long time koozies, but we also made them magnetic. So these right here are actually magnetic koozies. So if you're working in the shop or next to a lift, where there's some metal, has this little leather patch right here with 3 magnets in it, and you can stick your drink onto whatever you're working on. So there you go. Hold your beer, hold your soda, whatever it may be. We got some magnetic koozies on the website as well. That's the gist of it for right now. But like I said, giveaway is live. We are running this giveaway starting now all the way till the end of November. It's going to end actually December 1st. Technically, we're ending it at 3 in the morning, December 1st. That is the night of November 30th. I wanted to run it a little past midnight because we have people putting in last minute entries on the East Coast, and sometimes they go over the deadline, and I wanted to extend it just a little bit so no one got left out. This will be the longest giveaway we have ran. We are running it for some extra time because we have a lot of big events coming up, and I want to make sure that we have enough time to take care of our cars, make it to these events, get content out for you guys, and at the same time make sure the truck is dialed and ready to go. So we're running it all the way to the end of November, right at the beginning of December, and someone's gonna have one badass rig right around Christmas time. This giveaway is for the lower 48 states, excluding Hawaii and Alaska, but this is the first time we are actually opening up for Canada. So if you're in Canada, you are eligible to win the truck as well. That's it for right now. Get yourself entered. Good luck, guys, and one of you is going home with my truck. Well, a lot of you guys saw it coming, but we are giving away the OG Cummins here. Giveaway is now live. This is going to be the one and only giveaway we have done this whole year, and it's going to be a good one. So I hope you guys are excited. Be sure to get entered. Let's get to the video. All right, guys, today we're doing some more work on the hatch. In the last video, I got the bottom end put together for this thing. This is going to be one of the baddest H22s I've ever put together. And we had some stuff come up in between, but now I'm back on getting this engine back together for the hatch here. In the last video, got the bottom end assembled, but there are a couple things that I got done off camera. If you guys look right here, I got the oil pump put on this thing. So this is a brand new oil pump. I got this guy from KS Tuned. And what's nice about their oil pump is it actually came with everything needed for the balance shaft delete kit. So this plug right here was already installed. And then you can see I got my cover on for the balance shaft delete right there from KS Tuned. So I got the oil pump on there. On the back side that you can't really see too well, and here we got a new rear main seal in there along with its bracket, so that's on there. I got the pickup tube obviously on there for the oil pump. There was also a bolt on the bottom side of the block that I had to put in there to block off the oil squirters because I'm not going to run the oil piston squirters, so block those guys off as well. Got the oil pickup tube onto the pump. Then I went ahead and got the oil pan on right there, and what I love about the H22 is it actually has a oil pan gasket. Something that I do not like about the K series is that you have to silicone the oil pan on every time, and it's really annoying to clean off and deal with. So that is one thing I definitely missed about working on these H series was that oil pan gasket. And then if you guys look right up here, I went ahead and got the O-rings installed. So once again, just like the MR2's engine, I did the stainless steel O-rings. Got this stuff from Harbor Freight. It's really convenient that they have it. So we went ahead and got that put into the tops of the cylinders there. Cut them, filed them to make sure they butted up nice and tight. And you can definitely use the copper, but so far the MR2 is the first one that I've used the stainless on, and it just made 1500 horsepower, so it's safe to say that they're working. Sealed it up nice and tight, so I'm gonna keep running the stainless. It's just a little nicer because you don't have to replace it every time. It doesn't squish as bad, and it's available at Harbor Freight, so that just makes it a little easier. So now that we got the bottom end put together, we can move on to the head. All right, guys, so I got the head right here for the hatch. This is actually my OG head. This is the very first H22 engine I ever owned, and this is the head from it right here. I built this head a long time ago, at least 6-7 years or more, and these valve springs are probably starting to get worn out. Maybe they still hold pretty good pressure. I'm not sure. I ain't gonna risk it, so we're gonna do some fresh valve springs. I got some SuperTech 93-pound valve springs right here. These are brand new. I actually just got these from a guy that was local to me, so I grabbed those. They were installed once but never ran in the car. To go along with those, we also got some new valves going into the head. So right here we have a brand new set of Ferrea exhaust valves, and then in this box is the intake valves. These are the 6000 series Ferrea valves. This will be the first time I've ever ran aftermarket valves in one of my H22 heads. It probably would have been fine on the setup I had in it prior with the factory valves and these springs, because I've put these heads through hell and they have always held until that last one dropped a valve and it destroyed it. But I decided, since we're already putting a pretty badass H motor together for the hatch, I should just go through this and upgrade it a little bit. And what's nice about the Ferrea valves that we have here is these have a tendency to bend instead of break. So in most cases, if we do nick a valve with a piston, whatever the reason for that may be, the head of the valve will most likely stay attached to the stem and it won't completely trash the engine, which is very nice. The OEM ones, if you nick one of those valves, it's almost guaranteed that it's gonna snap off and just turn into a blender inside of there, which isn't good. That's exactly what happened to me. So figured we try to avoid that. Brand new Ferrea valves, brand new valve springs. So we're gonna go ahead and pull all of these old springs and retainers out, pull all of these stock valves out, and we're going to just lap the new valves into the stock seats because these are just factory specs. So we're just gonna go ahead, lap them in. I'll make sure there's no leaks or anything like that afterwards. And then the head should be good to go. I also got some brand new valve seals right here for it. So we're just gonna go ahead and do some head stuff. All right, just gonna take our rag, stuff her up in there so the valves can't move. I already popped one of them out. And we're just gonna take our socket, put it right on top, Gotta be careful when you do it this way though, because those keepers can go into another dimension if you're not keeping an eye on them. And then you just give her a smack. And then you just give her a smack. There you go. Get the spring and retainer out of there. Get our keepers. Go ahead and pop them all out. Get to lapping. All right, got all of the stock valves out of this thing. I went ahead and lapped the first one, and you can see the before and after. You can see the seat there is all nice and clean on the one I just lapped compared to that one that's still dirty. But I am trying the new method here, because I always just do them by hand and do the old caveman on the valves there. But I went ahead and got a drill and a little piece of vacuum line. And what I'm gonna do, I just tried it on this first one, but use the drill to spin it, kind of seat it into place, but then I'm gonna go through and probably finish them off by hand because you can't get too much pressure on it with the drill. So we'll just take our new valve, get some lapping compound, get all that on there. And this only works because they are standard valves. If you do anything other than standard on a stock seat, you're gonna have a bad day. You're gonna have some leaks. So standard valve with the factory seat. We'll go ahead and stick that guy up in there, just like that, and then we'll take our little piece of hose. We'll slide that guy on the stem. Give her some spin. Kind of pull up on it a little bit, but yeah, if you give it too much pressure, the hose will bind up, so you can't push too hard on it. So we'll just do that a couple times, hit her both directions. And then once I do that, I'm just gonna go through and hit them all by hand, just to be sure. This is the first time I've busted out this tool in a very long time, but this is a tool specifically for the B series and the H22, just bolts right on. So it's pretty nice to compress the springs. It just has this screw right here and this little deal that pushes down. And just gonna go ahead and tighten that guy. You see it push that retainer down right around the stem, and it holds it there perfectly. It's got my magnetic tip screwdriver. We're just gonna feed these keepers down in there. Get a shot of that. Can you see it?
Yep.
Then we just back her off. We're good to go. All right, guys, the head is all together here. Got the new springs, new retainers, new valves, and we got all of those lapped in. Good to go. So I actually had to do this twice. This took a lot longer than I expected, but the first time I did this, we did not lap those valves in there enough, and we did have some leakage. But now, after redoing it, we are good to go. I found that if I just chuck this guy up in the drill, that's the best way to get these things lapped quickly. But yeah, lapping a brand new valve into a factory old seat can be tough. The right way to do this would just be to take the whole head to a machine shop and they would cut a new seat out for the new valve and they make it perfect. But you can lap in new valves like this. It just takes a little bit of extra work with the valve lapping compound. So I had to go at it twice to make sure there were no leaks. And now we go ahead and pull her up on the side here. And I did this to all of them already, but if you go ahead and just pour some gas in the side, it's the same way I did it on Emilio's, just to double check you got no leaks coming through. You can fill that guy all the way up with gas, and you can see our valves right here are nice and dry. We got nothing seeping through whatsoever. So I went ahead and did that on all of the intakes, all of the exhaust valves, let them sit for a little bit, made sure nothing was coming through. They're good to go. Now this head can go onto the bottom end. We're on the home stretch, boys. Now we got the rest of the H to get together. Now that the head's done, I went ahead and got the bottom of that guy all cleaned off, made sure we got our dowel pins in there. Those are very important to line up the head. We got our old ARP head studs right here. We're just reusing those guys. I'm gonna torque this sucker down to 100 foot-pounds, and I got a Kinetic head gasket right here. I went with an 040, so it's a pretty thick head gasket. I like to run the thicker head gaskets just to give ourselves a little extra clearance, especially since we had an incident with the valves last time. So in case we float a valve or something like that on limiter, we might just have a little bit more room with the thicker head gasket there. But yeah, we are just about ready to go, and then we'll go ahead, get everything put together, get the cams on there, timing belt, water pump, everything on the front side here, and just get to getting this thing back into the hatch. All right, guys, got the H22 all the way together for the hatch. Went ahead and got the clutch flywheel on, got the transmission bolted back on, and this thing is just about ready to go back into the car. Just a couple more small things. So as you guys saw, we installed that balance shaft delete kit. This is the last piece from the balance shaft delete kit. It's just a little spacer that goes right here on the snout of the crank, because there used to be a pulley that went right here and that ran the balance shafts, but now that those are gone, we obviously don't need it. So that's just a spacer to keep everything properly spaced to take place of that pulley. And then I also deleted the oil cooler. So I've ran this on the car the whole time, but we really don't need it. It went right here on the back of the block, and then off the back of the oil cooler, I had the oil sandwich plate. So I had a lot of stuff sandwiched on the back of this engine, and yeah, for a race engine, you know, this just isn't needed. So we went ahead, deleted the oil cooler. All I had to do was get a regular male-to-male fitting. So it's just a stubbier version of this without this hex on it and all these holes. It's just a little male-to-male. All the K series have them, B series, anything that came factory without the oil cooler. And I just popped that guy in there. We were able to delete all that. And yeah, that's about it. So I just got to throw the pulley on, but I'll probably do that once it's in the car just to give us more room to get it in there. And fully built. Also, we lashed the valves while this thing was out of the engine bay. So we got all the valves lashed, ready to go, turned it over, everything feels great. Timing belt, bada bing, bada boom. Let's get the hatch back up and running, boys. Feel kind of bad, you know, we got the hatch all painted up, looking nice, and it's over here collecting dust. At least it's covered, and none of this is hurting the paint, but she has been sitting for too long. We got big old spider webs building up on this thing. You probably can't see this guy right here. I'm gonna grab a leaf. We got a whole web right here. Oh, he took off.
Okay. He's active.
Can you see him on there? Oh, he's running. He's running. Oh, look at that.
Oh, flick him, mommy.
Oh! I got him.
What was that, man?
Oh, shit. It's just a little orb weaver, you know, he won't hurt us.
You gotta blow on it, it'll curl up.
Where'd he go?
It's gone, dude.
Well, we just destroyed his house.
Use them legs, boy. Ugh. I'm trying to remember the last time I've seen you like hand wash a car.
It's been a while. I just washed the truck the other day too.
Man, you're on a roll, dude.
Yeah, you know, I got some critics in the comments saying my washing style isn't perfect, but
hey, maybe it's just a little rusty, dude. You just gotta keep it going. Got a couple other cars out here for you too once you're done with that one.
Line them up. I'll get in a bikini.
Oh shoot. I'll pass on that.
All right, we are ready to put the engine into the hatch here. This is the first time we've had an engine in this thing with the freshly painted engine bay here, so we gotta try to be careful. It's gonna look good all shined up in there. I'm pretty excited, so we're gonna go ahead and lift this thing up in the air, stick that guy underneath it, and we should be able to drop it down carefully over top, and then get this thing bolted up.
Ready to go up?
Yep. All right, guys, we got the H22 back in the hatch, and it looks so freaking good in there with the fresh engine bay. But unfortunately, it's not gonna look this amazing for too much longer because we do have to throw some of the old components back on this thing. In order to get this thing ready for FL2K, we're not gonna have enough time to do everything that I wanted. We were going to rewire the car. I wanted to do a whole new turbo kit and clean it all up, but we only have less than 2 weeks to get this thing turned around and ready to go. So we are going to have to throw a lot of the old things that we had back onto this, including the old engine harness and the old turbo kit, to at least get it back up and going for FL2K. So we're gonna do our best to clean all that up, and I'll have to address that stuff later on. You know, everything that we do to this car is in steps. You know, it took me 7 years to finally get the engine bay painted, but it happened, and I promise you guys, we will finish up the rest, but not just yet. So we're going through getting all the old stuff cleaned up, and we're actually gonna move this thing over there, is why it's kind of going through the wiring and just cleaning up what we had because it was pretty rough, and we're going to get it all put back together. I know some people are going to comment about my stock intake manifold. A lot of people want to see me upgrade that guy. I really wish they made an aftermarket intake manifold that actually had the throttle body up here like this OEM one, because all of the aftermarket H22 manifolds that are really nice, they all put the throttle body really low, and I really don't like messing with those. If you guys have seen the Prelude, it has that Gato really nice aluminum intake manifold on it, but the throttle body's way down here right by this motor mount. And if this was like an H2B car, it would make a lot more sense because it would be tilted forward and the intake would be up here. But I honestly just prefer the stock one just for the simplicity of it. But for right now, that's how she's gonna be. And yeah, we'll go ahead and get it moved over there and keep buttoning it up, and hopefully we can fire it up here soon. All right, guys, we got the hatch pretty much all together here. We just got to get the intercooler and charge pipes on. Got to get some oil in it real quick. But if you look right down here, Wyatt went ahead and worked on what was remaining of our previous harness, and we actually did a pretty decent job tucking it. So he drilled some holes right here, ran the wires through for the headlights and things like that. So it actually came out pretty good. We have some final wiring that we need to get cleaned up. A couple hoses that we're going to change around, like this brake booster hose. Just got a fresh battery in there. We also need to get the radiator and coolant in there, obviously. But we're ready to get some oil in this thing. The trans already has fluid, and give her a first crank on the new H22. Fuel pump's working. You want to just try to build pressure?
Please.
Nope. Not a drop spilled. Oh shit. This spoke too soon. Hey! Wow, really appreciate that, man.
Yeah, dude, anytime, you know, I just want the best for you.
Alright, here goes nothing, boys. It's been a long time since I put an H22 together. We'll see if I did it right, and there's no knocks or weird noises. We also forgot that we don't have the starter wire hooked up, so I gotta jump it real quick. Wyatt's gonna keep an eye on things inside the car, and we're just gonna go for it. I'm just gonna go right to firing it up. I think this Kyle built motor is gonna be ready to go. So whenever you're ready, Wyatt, I'll hit her. Now?
How about
Right
now?
To neutral. All right, here goes nothing. Woo! Yeah, see all this stuff coming out of these cars? Yeah, boys. Which sensor? Don't tell me it's not reading nothing. It's plugged in. Yeah. What, you don't see any oil pressure? Well, looks like Kyle built might lack some oil pressure. Wait a minute. All right, so I'm just gonna give her a crank. I pulled the oil feed line off the turbo, make sure that we're actually getting some oil pressure. Because if not, that's a little concerning. Oh yeah, we're good. Yeah. She's flowing. Okay. So it's either just something with the sensor not set up right, or it's reading 6 just right now. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it has been sitting a long time. Where did you get that sensor too? Because I remember I had a bad one on here. Yeah, I had to steal one because I had one go bad.
I put a new one in the fuel rail.
Okay.
But that oil pressure sensor might be bad.
Okay. Yeah, she's flowing, so I ain't worried about it. Yeah, we're good. Is back. So I just got to change that sensor out. Should be good to go. Get the charge pipes back on, and we're ready to start breaking this thing in. Get it ready for FL2K. The hatch is running once again. It took a lot of work to get to this point. I had a lot of delays, things that I didn't show you guys, but we are finally here. It's in the car, and it is running, and she's almost back up and ripping again. So pretty excited about that. We're going to be out at FL2K with the hatch. I got it signed up for stick shift, so pretty excited to be racing this thing once again. And with that being said, that's going to do it for this video, guys. Be sure to get yourself entered for the OG Cummins giveaway. I hope you guys are excited for that. And we have a lot of content planned from now till the end of the year. We got a lot to do still. So we're going to be some busy boys over here. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and we'll see you later.